Good morning, Vietnam.
I laugh because I've been saying that to my friends every morning for the last 2 weeks.
That's a good freaking movie, man. Hey, good morning. Good morning to all of you. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. How are you?
Welcome to Loading Screen.
This morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Alex. This is Loading Screen. This is Nerd Street Gamers morning podcast to cue your day up with. I am, of course, Dre, a.k.a. Crash. And with me to my left, my other right,
Hello.
technically on screen, I have Alex, a.k.a. Sir Skrillex in the building. What's going on, sir?
I'm sure you're wondering why I look different today.
You do? You look the same.
I've decided to shave off the beard.
You got rid of the gnarly stash and beard combo.
I did.
not.
I
did not.
I had some fun though. People are watching Tiger King now. Have you seen Tiger King at all?
I have not yet. I've seen the memes. I have yet to watch.
I haven't
Tiger
seen it
King.
either, but I have seen the
say.
memes, and so when I was shaving, I just did the full handlebars.
First of all, you're not a true man unless when you're shaving, you're doing all kinds of different styles all the way down.
Oh, that's what I did.
You know what you do. You come out, and then especially if you got your girl, you're like, hey, babe, how does this look? And you got the mutton chops, and then you got the
not
bike
good enough
bike
until she tells you she
handles.
hates you.
Yeah. When you know, it's like, no. You're like, that's the one. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
This is like I said, Loading Screen, NSG's podcast to cue your morning up with, presented by Mike and Ike. Shout out to them, always supporting our events. Not only our events, but now also our content pieces that we're doing here this morning.
Yeah.
So man,
The sours are my favorite. If you guys there are some people out there that haven't tried Mike and Ike's. I highly recommend the sours if you haven't tried any of them. Sours are my favorite. Just
the Mega Mix, the sour Mega Mix is pretty solid. I did not have them until they sent us a box, and I was just like, wow, these are actually insane. Because like Mike and Ike, General Mike and Ike, I know they're like our sponsor, and I don't want to badmouth them, but but we're real here. We are real. Like regular Mike and Ike, like don't do it for me. They're just like, they're okay. They're like nice, but like the sour ones, for some reason, that extra kick really does it. But anyway, yeah,
I could agree with that.
Yeah. So it's Tuesday, man. A weekend is behind us. And
another weekend of quarantine.
Another weekend of quarantine, but that just means another weekend full of games. And what have you been playing, Alex? What have you been getting into?
So I have to confess, I've done nothing but play Final Fantasy. I think
Good question.
I'm at a point
I've been in your chat. I know.
Yeah, I know.
I already knew.
I'm just like, and Warzone. So I actually got another win this weekend on Warzone.
Nice.
Super
sure to
fun.
pull
So
the
really
clip.
Call of Duty and I'll have to. Oh, actually, I wasn't recording it. Darn it. It was crazy. I was playing with my old roommate Scott, and then one of our other buddies, Dean, who is like an ex-Marine or something. Forgive me because I don't know exactly what his position was, but he's I think. Yeah, anyway, he's back here in the States, and we were playing, and it's not like we were doing call-outs or anything, but we were so connected. Every move we talked about, it was so well coordinated. And then I play with my buddy Lame Abs, and, well, we lose in the top 50, so I'm just kidding, Lame Abs, I love you. I love you, Rich.
You got your A squad, you got your B squad. The A squad, you're just like... It's the team where everyone instead like no one's like chilling like this. Everyone's like this.
Yeah. yeah.
Like, yeah.
No,
when you're that close to the screen, you know it's real.
Yeah. No, but it was good. It was good to play through it and be like, you know what? This is probably how I should play in every one of my groups that I play with. So it was good. I mean, we won. It was really fun. Nonetheless, obviously still playing nonstop with Lame Abs and sometimes Critty Mac, but. I mean, Warzone and Final Fantasy 14, really enjoying the story so far. I'm telling you, man, they really kicked up the story between A Realm Reborn, which was 2.0, and then Heaven's Word. Like, I know Heaven's Word's not even the best story, but it's still really, really good.
Yeah,
you can fly around now, which is cool.
Yeah, as a first expansion, it was awesome. It was actually a really good expansion. They did a really good job with it. Sick, man. So you got to use the usual suspects.
Yeah. What about you though?
Me,
it's dabbling in.
It's it was a weekend of terror. It was a bit of a blur. So you know, as I talked about last week, not to make this is gonna be like a formal review, but there will be some rants coming in real fast. Resident Evil 3, of course, you know, that's been my main game this weekend that I've been rocking. Oh, oops, sorry, wrong screen. Sorry, guys.
Starting again.
Starting again. Hold on.
Starting this new section of Resident Evil 3. Here we go.
Yeah, Resident Evil 3. There we go, right here. My macro just messed up on me. So Resident Evil 3 has been the big game for me this weekend. I have played it several times now. It's not just once. I think concluded 3 or 4 playthroughs right off the rip by Saturday. Like,
really?
Just knocked it out. First playthrough, 7 hours. So this game's been getting a lot of shit, you know, kicked around because a lot of people are complaining that it's too short. That's
what was the original short?
It's actually no longer than the original, because they were comparing it to RE2, because RE2 remake felt longer because you had 2 different characters, 2 different hard quotations on the campaigns, because they didn't really differentiate like in RE2 original how, you know, you had Claire A, Leon B, or Leon A, Claire B, and there were actually branching paths, different areas you would go to as those characters. Really, in RE2 remake, it was Leon A, you go through these stages, and then as Claire B, you go through those same stages. Like, there's no actual difference, right? But the replayability was there. Then you had things like Mercenaries, Tofu Survivors,
they had the
go-to modes that had
thing too, right? Like,
well, not RE2. RE2 did not. Yep. RE3, you know, pumped out in about a year since RE2 came out, because it's the same engine and all. You know, they didn't have to like rework anything. You know, doesn't have Mercenaries like the original did. Doesn't have the branching paths like in RE3. The big thing it did back in the day was it was more action orientated, and it had branching paths where, you know, you could fight Nemesis or go this way, and then there was like some levels that have been cut that didn't make it into this game. People are up in arms about it, like, yo, the game feels too short, you know, because it's like a full $60 game, right? Like, if you're an RE,
how do you feel? Let me ask you something. How do you feel about remakes being $60? Like, if
the content is there, like, I'm fine with it. I have no problem shelling out the money if the content's there. Here, if they would have done it for 40, I probably would have been like even better. Like, I'm a fan of RE, and I felt like it was a little short, even though, like I said, I'm on my 4th playthrough. I haven't done a system mode because it's like, whatever. System mode's like, that's not me. I did, you know, the normal mode. Now I'm on hardcore. No, I did hardcore. Now I'm on Nightmare, and I'm about to go on to Inferno after this, which is like the hardest difficulty, right? Like, there's some purist levels there as to like, you know, the old school difficulty. So it's been shout outs to everyone there in chat, by the way. We do see you guys. We do have it on lock.
I just loaded up chat, so I apologize if I miss anything.
I'm currently in my RE3 rant. You know, so there's so it felt a little short. By the end of the first playthrough, I was like, that's it. I was like, kind of short. And this was before, you know, there was no reviews. I didn't look at any. I try to, you know, obviously form my own opinions. But I felt it was a little short, but maybe because I just went through the game. I'm used to playing, you know, I played RE2 like crazy, so I was just like going through this game. First playthrough, I got through in 6 hours, and that was with me running around, dying a couple times, and just looking at certain things, not fully exploring.
Kind of took your time?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Second playthrough, I got done in like 3 hours and some change.
Wow.
And then
did you just
I just ran through it. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna explore this way now, and I'm like, oh yeah, now I know. Because here's the problem is, like, you know, one of the big selling points Capcom gave was like, you know, in RE2 we had, for one instance, we had Mr. X versus. Here we have Nemesis that is supposed to be the impending, you know, doom that's supposed to be attacking us, supposed to be more sophisticated, supposed to be just like the same feeling we got of Dread, that he is always a problem no matter where we go. Nemesis in the original game was like that. In this game, unfortunately, like, Capcom's promises like they're kind of stale right now, because outside of, like, say this instance right here that we're actually showing off here on the stream, where, you know, he's actually showing up and then he's gonna chase you around until you get to where you have to go. Right. Once you get past like the first 20-30 minutes of the game, like, all his appearances are now scripted. So he is no longer. So he's no longer for the rest of the game this impending doom that could find you wherever you are. Versus like while you were in the police station in RE2, Mr. X could find you no matter where you were at. Like, you know, if you were in the building, like he was gonna find you, and he was gonna, you know, the chances are you would hear his footsteps, something. Nemesis here is rather lackluster considering they had so much to work with. You know, he's got weapons, he is faster, he is definitely more threatening in this game at way more different ranges versus than Mr. X, where he just has to come up and punch you. Like, you know, he's got his tentacles, he's got, you know, his teleports where he like swings around, he can find you in other places really quickly, he can infect other zombies. It was great, like the lore of it, like the relationship between Jill and him, like work. And the thing is, they even recycled like animations of Mr. X into this version, like when he walks through walls and stuff, walks through doors and shit, which is pretty funny.
Really?
Yeah. There's definitely some corners that were cut. I mean, it's a year. Remember, a year. Technically, the game wasn't development for 3 years, but like, you know, it was then set to release after RE2, after the year got done. So it's like, you know, this felt like at some point this could have been an extended type of DLC because like the city itself feels a little tiny, which is ironic considering RE2 we weren't, you know, in the city, we were in RPD, we were in the sewers, we were then in, you know, an umbrella lab and stuff. Here we got city, hospital, subway, sewers, lab, and I felt like I was more constrained in this game than in 2.
So weird. So I wonder if I mean, granted I haven't really followed I'll call it the reviews or the player feedback for this. But I wonder if this is like, you know how Anthem was kind of like, this is how you don't release a game. Like, I wonder if this is going to have that effect on remakes. Like, guys, take your time with the remakes. I don't know.
So on the other side of the coin, those things, like, you know, okay, like some promises weren't fulfilled. Expectations were high. On the other side of that, great fucking game. Like, to do RE3 justice, this game does it. Like, don't get it twisted. I love it. I am an RE fan. I'm a fanboy. I love Resident Evil, but I will still be, you know, critical of it. Yeah, I will still be critical of it. Like, you know, is it worth? Like, if you got the cash and you can just drop it, like, cool. If you're like a little strapped, a little picky on it, I'd be like, I'll wait a little bit. But like besides that. Like, they did Jill. Like, Jill was a big part, right? Like, you know, she was, you know, RE3 back in the day. Tube top, skirt, on some boots, and like, I'm gonna fucking save this city, or I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna be a badass. I'm like, they translated that over. You know, she's got a tank top and some jeans on. You know, you can get the old school outfit and all. But like, you know, how were they gonna fill her out as a character? I'm gonna say right now, no character I think so far in Resident Evil has gotten the shit kicked out of them as hard as this girl has
as much
this
as her.
Entire game. Like, dude, every other cutscene she is like like screaming in some sort of pain because she's getting rockets thrown at her, she's getting beat to shreds, she's getting blown up, everything's on fire. Like, dude, I think she's getting punched. I think
what's the girl?
The girl has to puke at
Lara
some point
Croft,
to save her life.
Right?
Yeah, like, you know what? Yeah, Lara Croft, like, especially the first one.
These two would be good friends.
They'd be great friends, but like, damn, Jill gets the shit kicked out of her. But the point about it is that she's going up against so much, and she perseveres, and she just, like, you know, like, she drops. Like, I feel bad because, like, I feel like I'm Kristen. Like, yo, she's dropping F-bombs. Excuse me. She's like, yo, I will fuck your shit up. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a line that she says at some point. No, one line she says is like, you know, you don't think I know how to fucking drop you or something like that. I was like, oh my god,
man,
girl power. Yeah, do you think I'm a sip? Whatever, yo, you badass. Holy shit. Like, Jill, like, gets the shit kicked out of her, but she comes back. Carlos,
that's
what they did with the what is it? The umbrella. Oh my god, UCBC, USBC. Like, it's, I forget what UBSC, whatever the squad is called that Carlos is from. Like, I love what they did with the characters. They definitely updated them, and made it just overall like a very good story. For a remake, sure, some things were rushed, but story-wise, lore-wise, they did great. Nemesis still looks amazing. I was still not used to him having a nose, but like everything else past that, like how, you know, they added a little extra, how he was completely covered at first, and then he gets revealed, and then he has spoilers, he transforms, but I'm not gonna, I'm not actually gonna go into crazy spoilers in case anyone out there wants to play the game. I recommend it. It may seem a little short, but you do have replayability in the sense of, the modes you can add to it to challenge yourself. Because I think it was still easy, even on the standard mode. It was like eh. Once you hit like hardcore and above, it's like when you really start feeling that screw turning a little bit, you're like, ooh, okay, that stings a little bit. Those swings are kind of hard. And then, of course, Resident Evil Resistance, no longer in beta, came bundled with it. That's the multiplayer you were talking about earlier, where you can play with people. Full disclosure, I haven't played the full version. I actually haven't loaded up. I just didn't get a chance because I was just playing this game all weekend long.
Right.
I have to see where it's at. Like, it's fun, but I'm still hearing, remember, it was supposed to be its own standalone game. Talks are like, it was supposed to be a standalone. Then they were like, you know what? RE3 got pushed out the door. They decided, we know it's short. Let's throw the bundle on it. Even though technically RE Resistance was not even made by Capcom, that was outsourced. That wasn't even developed by them. Like, they were focusing on this while RE3 was in development. So it's all kinds of things going on in the background with it. So it's a give and take. I recommend it. It's a great story. And like I said, replayability is good. Could they have added more? Absolutely. Could they have done things better? Yes. You could always say that about anything, but I still think it did a good job as to what they wanted to do with it. But there's definitely some learning, growing pains, and some lessons learned here.
I'll probably pick it up when when it goes on sale. Hearing what you're saying, if it is going to be a short game, I'd rather. For the True Luigi in chat, you said it was $60, right?
Yeah.
For the remake?
$60.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll probably pick it up, honestly, when it goes on sale, or if it gets on Xbox Game Pass. I mean, they seem to be getting a lot of games on there. So, if you're somebody that wants like a subscription model base where you have like over 100 games, I mean, it's definitely a good idea, especially during quarantine that we're all in right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I mean, you played it through a lot, so you clearly enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I went back to it and I was like, I want to do it again. But then again, I played like RE4, RE5, RE6, RE2 like crazy. Those were RE4 at one point was like one of my old reliables. It's kind of since then like been retired, but it used to be one of those games where I actually would like, okay, time to do let's do 100% run, knife only this time.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes. So I kind of got a little bit of that. So definitely get my thumbs up. Definitely gets my recommendation. If you're a fan, go for it. Definitely like Nemesis will still scare you. By the end, Jill's a badass. It's just overall a great game.
Awesome. I mean, so following that was like the big news last week. That came out last week. I think two of the biggest, two of the biggest news pieces in gaming this week have got to be Call of Duty Season 3 that's supposed to come out tomorrow. People are saying that, it's supposed to come out tomorrow. Call of Duty does a pretty good job of releasing their trailers like literally the day before. So I'd imagine we'd see a trailer at some point today. But with this Season 3, if they follow the same pattern that they followed with Season 1 and 2, we should be getting a new operator. They're saying that Alex, who is right here in this picture in the center, if you guys played the campaign, Alex is a really good. I forget the actor that plays him. This
is gonna get weird as you keep saying that.
Talking third person, you know. But so new operator in the battle pass. I think last was Ghost. This one is Alex, who in the campaign, big part. Probably one of my favorite characters in the campaign. New weapons coming: SKS sniper rifle and the Renetti pistol. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Renetti pistol. Honestly, what does it for me in all of these season passes, and probably most people, are the maps that come out with it. We got Backlot from, as you can see right here, Backlot from Call of Duty 4. Tell me that's not bringing back some memories, man.
A little bit. Yeah, I was looking at it at first, hold up. It's just, you know what throws me off? It's just the updated look. It's I was it does, that's an old friend. I think I know who that is. I'm not sure.
Yeah. This is the old, it's like when you see somebody after high school, is that?
Wait, is that the, hold up, is that the original render?
That's the original render, yeah.
Okay, that's what I
I
was
grabbed
like,
these from the original render. They didn't tease any new map pictures yet, so map images yet. So I am excited to see what it's going to look like. They did remake it. When they remade Call of Duty 4, they remade it, and
they did
that might be one of the images that I grabbed for you.
I just went on and grabbed some images.
Yeah. And then Village from Modern Warfare 3. I didn't give you an image of this one, but Village from Modern Warfare 3, they're saying that it's either going to be like a mix between new and old, like so the map might have new features in it and some old features in it, or it might just be a completely new redo of the whole map. So we're getting a remake of Call of Duty 4, and it's Call of Duty 4 Backlot, and it seems we might be getting a remake for Modern Warfare 3 Village, which is cool. I love the fact that, you know, I mean, we just had the remastered for Modern Warfare 2 come out on the campaign. I didn't pick it up. I was going to pick it up, but then I was like, I don't know if I want to, you know, I don't know if, you know, it's a campaign. You know, I'll probably pick it up at some point, but I wasn't in a rush right now because I'm just,
you're playing a lot of Warzone. You're playing more with the multiplayer.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what, I'll pick it up when I want to do single player. What were you saying?
My question is will this season come with like a balance adjustment to what's current at all? Like, are they gonna change? I don't know if it alluded to it. I know you said this was already just a teaser as it is. Will it bring will it bring balance changes to guns? Will it change some perks,
I don't
anything
know
like that? I don't think there's been any say in that.
Yeah, I mean, right now a few of the things that I saw, I mean, typically they'll do their rebalances like here and there. They'll touch some things up. I think they honestly got a lot of their rebalances done out of the way before season 2 even.
Okay.
Like the 725, they buffed the hell out of that. It's still a shotgun that does insane damage, but they definitely nerfed it a lot.
Is that the 2 pump?
But they did all that before this. Yeah, it's like I forget the correct term of it. It's like a skeet shooter almost. So like that's why it's like so powerful.
Yeah, I know which shotgun that is. Yeah, that one. Even when I first sat down, I was kind of like looking at it, like, especially after my first match in the Gulag with it, I'm like, God damn, like what? Can I leave with this? Dude,
I got smoked from across the Gulag.
Yeah, straight up.
When it's whoever can get the shot off first. Really, that's all it is. But yeah, so I mean, I'm sure they'll bring. I mean, they're always updating balances and stuff, so I'm sure they'll bring that out. With the SKS sniper rifle and the Renetti pistol coming in, I'm sure they're going to have balancing adjustments with that throughout this season. But with Village and Backlot, like there's still some other, like they're still teasing other maps that they're going to release mid-season. So I mean, dude, it's another season. You know, everybody. I think I got up to like 135 or something, and everybody's level resets back down.
I was
gonna
say, is it gonna reset? Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna reset, but Warzone gives you so much XP that it's pretty easy to level back up. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I can't wait. You remember that feeling that you got when new maps came out in a game that you've played nonstop? Like that's the kind of feeling I get. I can't wait to jump back into the new maps and go from there. And I love the fact that they're remaking these maps.
Yeah, tight, man. That's always when these patches, it'll bring back people to that maybe aren't like happy with like the current state of it. You know, it's just a chance to kind of up the player base and kind of keep it more consistent and see if they can hold it in. And then those that are dedicated, hardcore, still in the mix, gives them more of a reason to keep playing and be excited to put in more hours. So it's always welcomed. And plus,
man, I'm
like new content. Like it's nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, and it's free. It's free content. So like, come on.
There's nothing wrong with any of that. So that's what's been going on this week. That's what we are reporting on right now. But we got some other things coming up this week, especially today.
Probably the biggest news in the esports industry. Well, I want to say
one of the hottest topics right now. Well, two hot topics are one hit today, and then one's gonna be Friday. Today, of course, if you were lucky enough to catch all the Valorant streams that went up, got a drop. I think they were doing 3,000 keys an hour or something like that. Unfortunately, we weren't too lucky to get that, but we know we got plenty of other people that we know have it. So you got to call the homie up.
Have it.
Yeah, some homies to be like, hey,
I
know you're busy tonight. How do you know I'm busy tonight? Hold up. Got Valorant keys in the beta. That got the closed beta. if you have the key, is it's closed or technically open? No, yeah, it's closed because you have to have a key.
I think it's closed beta.
Yeah, you have to have a key. It's not open to everybody. The beta is up today, which if you look, I think currently now on Twitch, it's like let me actually take a peek at the viewer count. But that game alone right now has something like 1.6 million people watching.
No way.
Within just that, yeah. Within just that. The closest thing next to it is Counter-Strike at 203,000, which is kind of freaking bonkers. But yeah, it's live, it's striving, and people are playing it. If you had the chance to like I said, watch any of the streams, you know, were lucky enough to get a drop, and now it's live. People are practicing it. So for those that don't know, Valorant is like if Counter-Strike, and the easiest way is Counter-Strike and Overwatch had a baby.
So funny. I literally have that in my notes. I was like, it feels like Overwatch and Counter-Strike.
That's basically what it is. That's like the beauty about it. People are it's Riot's Riot's property. The guys that make League of Legends. In case you're living under a rock. Yeah, it's their baby. It was Project A at the time, I believe. That's what that one was. Project A. Yeah, because Project F is the fighting game that they're working on for League, which is kind of
pretty cool that they're doing all this stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. I am currently reserving judgment at this moment, only because I have to really sit down and play the game for me to actually give you an honest opinion. But it looks good. Like I said, CS guys will be right at home with it. I don't know how the shooting is though. How the aim is. How it's overall just like working there versus Overwatch. There's gonna be some similarities in terms of matchups and like using abilities to give you utility and like advantage in certain ways. So as you can tell, there's like a buy system, there's eco rounds, there's A/B sites, there's a bomb planning. So
yeah, I'll be honest with you. I didn't like Overwatch because of how cartoony it was.
This one ain't too far over, man. This is like this has Team Fortress 2 like written all over it, which is kind of it's like a melding of so many different things. So yeah, like it's out, it's live right now, or rather, like I said, the closed beta, it's live right now. And yeah, if you're curious about it, feel free to check out many of the thousands of streamers that are most definitely in there testing it and showing it off at what high level, quote unquote, what high level would be at this current mode. Because the thing about it is, like, you got to take all this with a grain of salt.
Right.
A lot of this might change by the time of final, right? Like this is like, even if you look back at like Halo 3, I use that because it's like there were definitely some differences in Halo 3, like say beta versus like when the actual final product came out had definitely a lot of differences. Overwatch as well had differences. All these games will, but at the current state right now, it's looking fun. I like the look. It's stiff at times, as you can tell. There's certain things that are just like, you got that Counter-Strike-y feel, like jump animations and such. It's just the character's just standing still and they're just like elevating, and then it's slightly off, but the design's cool.
I mean,
the gunplay is very similar, so it's like you're going to see a lot of melding of different communities to kind of sit down with it, which is what I think is the biggest thing I pull from it is that so many people from different communities are going to be now playing like this mutual game. So now there's going to be a lot of crossing of talent and these players that have probably never played against each other or had the opportunity because there was no game that everyone had like mutual ground with, right?
Yeah, and I think, for me, Overwatch was too much of like an arcadey game for me, and then Counter-Strike was almost not arcadey enough. And so this game, I'm not going to lie to you, this game has really piqued my interest. I'm hoping I can get a key. I don't know if I'll be able to get a key, but
so
if I can, I'll play.
If you're in Alex's shoes or myself, oh hey, new Chris Helmsworth movie on Netflix, sick. Anyway, if you're in Alex's shoes, you can of course go ahead and look at those streams that are live right now and actually subscribe. Damn, I'm just like reading subscribe. Can actually watch these if you have your Riot account attached to your Twitch. Download the game and watch these streams. You have a chance, that, especially if they have drops enabled, to get a key from watching these streams and actually then get into the beta. So you can get your 15 tabs, 20 tabs open. Hopefully it's not Google Chrome, because then your memory is just going to get like destroyed. And get a chance to actually still play. I forget when the beta actually ends, though. I think it's like a week. I could be wrong on that one. I actually it's kind of escaping me at this moment. But you still have a chance right now to get a key still. It's not like over and done with. But and I believe this won't be the only beta that, of course, they have on. They will be updating the game as it continues because I don't think there's no release date planned yet. I believe release year of next year, maybe. At this point, once again, I have to kind of confirm that, but it just, like, if this is still in beta this early on, this is the first time we actually get to sit down and play it. Development they might take a lot of the feedback pretty hard and then, decide to make the content work or the game work to the extent that they want to before they actually release it, which they're full on, capable of doing that. But as of right now, the game is on beta live. And catch one of those streams, get a code, and see if you can get in and get your jet on. That's the current character that's on there, and have some fun. Get ready. Cause
to get 2 codes, let your boy know.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Make sure to tag us if you do. We'll bring you on to the next show and talk to you about it and be like, well, this is the person that let us play Valorant. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and real quick before we finish, loading is complete. But speaking of Valorant, real quick, I'm pretty sure one of our other producers is working on covering Valorant for Reported.
Yep, we still so make sure to stay tuned for the next episode of Reported. If you hadn't had a chance to go check out that show, it is a show just strictly on gaming news with a little bit of sauce in it. Presenting it in a certain way. It's actually pretty awesome.
It's memey. It's gamers. It's for you gamers.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah, we actually should see some Valorant play there. So make sure to go check that out. It should be released sometime this week. I think it's gonna be at the end of the week or something like that. Anyway, besides that, loading is complete. We are done. My coffee is just about finished regardless.
I think 30 minutes is an 8-ounce cup of coffee. That's what I've deducted.
Just about. Well, that will do it for today's episode. Remember, we are live every Tuesday and Thursday every week to cover, what's going on, what's new, and, lead up to what's going to be released, especially this Thursday coming up. If you're a Final Fantasy fan, Final Fantasy VII, the remake finally drops this Friday. And I will be definitely sitting down and playing it. There's plenty. I have some other things to definitely check out as well. But if you're a fan of that, definitely stay tuned on Thursday, and as well stay tuned for, of course, next week on Tuesday. Or if you just like the show, make sure to feel free to sit down and actually watch us every Tuesday and Thursday when we are live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you very much for hanging out. Appreciate the time. Your day is now queued up. You're ready to take it on. You have completed the show, and so have we. I'm Dre, aka Crash.
It's your boy, Sir Skrillex.
And we'll see you guys on the next level. Peace, guys.
See you guys. Take care.